You're the cameraman.
But you're giving it away.
Yes. Today we're going to be cooking the biggest chunk of beef. I'm talking about the beef shank. In the past couple of weeks we had a lot of snowfall and we were snowed in. I had a big problem. I had to bring the children to school. I couldn't even move the car. You know, we have the European cars, no ground clearance, no big tires, front wheel drive, hopeless. So we couldn't go anywhere. Luckily, I had a neighbor with a chauffeur who helped me out big time. And today it's time I'm gonna repay the favor. And when someone does you a favor, you can't just show up with a little steak. So I got the biggest chunk of beef I could find. And in this case, it's a beef shank. Look at this. It's huge. Now, I already played around with it a little bit and it kind of cost me a knife. You see, I wanted to take off the knee and I thought it would be smart with using the largest chef knife I have, and well, I didn't expect this to happen, but it's a big fail. This is going up on the wall. At the moment that it happened, I was really sad. But now it's more like a trophy. It's more, I'm gonna put this on the wall, the trophy of stupidity. Let's put that in the past and continue to cook and prep this beautiful beef shank. And the first thing to do is to trim up our beautiful beef shank. The knee is still on and I wanna get that ugly part off. So I'm gonna do some chopping work, and be careful, you might break a knife on this. Then I'm going to take off the extra silver skin and make this thing look real pretty. Because this is such a big piece of meat, we're going to cut into it, maximize the amount of surface that we have. This way we can apply much more flavor. Talking about flavor, let's start making a rub. And this rub consists of 1 part salt, 1 part paprika powder, 1 part onion powder, a 1/4 part garlic powder, and a 1/4 part ground black pepper. So we're going to mix it up and now our rub is ready. And of course I want some binder on it, and I'm using mustard. Dutch mustard. Nothing better than Dutch mustard. What? Yeah, it's probably not true, because mustard is mustard, and what we're trying to do is get it in every nook and cranny, because we want to build up a giant bark on this thing. We want flavor from here to the moon and back, and then, like, I don't know, where do we want to go, Pluto? Flavor, flavor, flavor. Look at it. I can stick my fingers in there and that's really good. We're gonna have all these pockets where normally you would say, oh, you don't want pockets of rub and stuff like that. But with this piece of meat that has, well, not that much flavor, to be honest, because it's not really a piece that has a lot of fat. It's lean working meat and we gotta add flavor to it. This is like a real typical barbecue style of meat. And for the rub, I didn't choose the typical salt and black pepper, which I personally really love. But because it's my neighbors, I really want to surprise them with flavors that they might know from barbecue and that they're a little bit more used to. The kids are eating as well from this, so yeah, we gotta make it right for them. Not for me, but for them. So we're gonna use a rub that I know everybody's gonna love.
But you're giving it away.
You're the cameraman.
But you're giving it away.
Yes. You do get paid. The food is not the only pay, Morrison. But it's looking good. So let's fire up the barbecue, because it's time we start smoking this place up. I set up my kamado Joe for smoking over indirect heat with a chunk of beech tree. We're going to be running it at a temperature of around 140 degrees Celsius. It's a big chunk of meat and we're going to be running it at a higher temperature because we got to have this finished before dinner time. So I'm going to stick in my thermometer to make sure I got the temperatures right, and then we're going to close the lid and let the Kamado Joe do its job. We want to bark on our beef shank, and today I want to experiment with something and figure out if it's going to work or not. Bear with me here, it's going to be different than what you're used to, because it's going to require a filtration system, and of course we're going to do it typical cheap Dutch style filtration system, because I couldn't find one of those like fancy high-end cheap $1 things. Now the idea behind it is that we're going to take a little bit of barbecue rub, put it in our coffee filter, and then pour on some hot water, extracting the flavors from the barbecue rub into fluids. Because if you put a barbecue rub into a spray bottle like this, it's going to get stuck here in the nozzle, and that's going to be really bad for your spray bottle. It's going to clog up the whole thing, and basically it's not going to work. But look at our water. We're getting color, and that color, that's what we're looking for. That's the flavor from the rub, and I just want it to liquefy. I want it to, well, basically I want it in there. But now we gotta wait. It's like coffee. You gotta be patient. Man, remember the days when we had filtration coffee? I think this is already brilliant. I think this is why I am the Pitmaster. That I came up with this, it's freaking brilliant, isn't it? Come on, say it!
Oh yeah.
It's brilliant. It's crazy, Morse. It actually works. And it works in a big way. You know what we have to do now, right? We have to buy a coffee machine that boils coffee like this for our sprays in the future. Because this is freaking brilliant. For now, we're going to leave it where it is, and we're going to use this for our spray. This is around half a cup, and I'm also going to add half a cup of vinegar to that. A quarter cup of whiskey and a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. And that's going to do the trick for now. We got our spray done, and every half hour or so, we're going to be spraying our beautiful beef shank. There we go. Safety off. Woo! Let's go. Let's just get that gravy out. That's pure gold. There we go. And of course, I can't just give this to my neighbors. I gotta add something. So I made some mashed potatoes, got some sauerkraut, got some carrots, and I'm going to add that to my tray. They're hardworking people, you know. You got to feed them well. You can't just show up with something flimsy like a burger or something. That's not gonna work. That's like nice for a snack, but they need real food. A great way to show appreciation, I think. You know, I wouldn't mind someone showing up at my doorstep with this. And then I got the gravy separate in a jar. Now just set it in here with the tray. And look at it. What a way to show up at your neighbor's doorstep, right? Why did we pick this one? We could have picked anything, like a ribs, or why did we did like the beef shank? I could have made them something else. I could have grilled up some sausages. Oh well, anything for the neighbors. It's still a bit muddy here, but hey, at least I got my snow shoveled. Oh, look at that sunset. That's a beautiful thing.